Hello everybody, Baltmatrix here, and today we are taking a look at everyone's favorite avian Autobot descendant, Airazor. This is Deluxe Class Airazor from the Transformers Kingdom line. I picked this figure up over at thecommandstore.com. It will be available in any of your favorite retailers any day now. The figure comes in orange, kind of lightish brown, gray, gold, and purple for the face. And I gotta admit, this is the best robot mode that I think Hasbro could have pulled off for a bird. The head sculpt is very, very nice. It is well done. The helmet works incredibly well. And quite frankly, I don't think we've ever gotten as good an Airazor head as what we've got here. And the purple, the green eyes, yeah, it's really good and accurately depicts him/her. I use him, her, because quite frankly, I'm not entirely sure of the gender of the character. In Japan, Airazor was a he. In the US, Airazor is a her. In other territories, it actually changes throughout the seasons because the voice actors come and go. Airazor has a peg hole on the back of its keister, and that allows it to be on a figure stand, and honestly, this is the way I display the figure most of the time. I find just putting this figure on a figure stand and having it fly around is my preferred way of posing it. I also like the fact that you can get a good chunk of posability, or the figure has a good chunk of posability, so that you can pull off some of the poses that they had in the show. Yeah, remember this pose from one of the shows where they flew up and just started shooting the blasters from their arms? Now, those blasters are the only accessories that the figure comes with. We'll take a quick look at them up close. They're actually pretty well painted and appear to have weathering thanks to the weird paint. The weapons that Airazor comes with are these cute little blasters. They are very tiny, and my cats have already played with them a little bit. They are molded or modeled in, molded in that original grayish, brownish plastic and the painted gold. I like them. I think they're a little bit on the big side for the character, but they do work really well. They ironically work better for figures that are chunkier than Airazor is. As you can see, here's Huffer with them, and they work for Huffer. Actually, they look more like kind of worker implements or engineering implements rather than weapons. The figure has multiple ports to plug things into. There's the hands, obviously, one on each forearm, one on each thigh, and one on the back of each lower leg. And then the bottom of the feet, well, they're just too tiny for anything to peg in, or to put a peg hole there. Nothing on the back, unfortunately, but I understand why, because that would royally screw up the look of the bird mode. Airazor's posability is quite good. Head is on a ball joint and can look up and down and wiggle around. Swivel at the upper arm, though the swivel is interrupted by the backpack. Hinge for in and out. Over 90-degree bend at the elbow. Bicep swivel, and then there's an extra bend at the wrist for the transformations. Fists do not swivel, unfortunately. That is a shame. Torso swivel. Hips can kick forward and kick out and kick way out for the transformation. There is no thigh swivel, but there is a swivel just above the knee. Knees bend well over 90 degrees, and there is an actual extra joint for the transformation again, and then ball joints at the feet. The feet ball joint on my figure are far too loose. They do hold the figure up most of the time, but every once in a while, because of the back heaviness of the wings, it just kind of collapses under the weight. Nothing I can't fix myself. When attaching the flight stand or a flight stand, it's best to actually kind of untransform it a bit. Fold the wings forward, flip the tail wing up, and then peg whatever it is the flight stand is going to peg into. Yeah, that made sense. Peg the flight stand into their keister, and then put the wings back, and then you can just have them, standing in the sky. And on the flight stand, I prefer to have them doing a 0-1 style rider kick. Just a personal preference. Airazor's transformation is pretty simple, and I kind of forgive it for being simple. To start off with, we're going to come to the back and unpeg the wings, and then just kind of fold them all the way out like that. Grab the area just behind the head and open it up. With the top of the back unpegged, grab the entire upper torso and hinge it up and like this. And then got to get it all the way up. Otherwise, things aren't going to work. Then we can grab the bird head and flip the robot head down into the torso like this, and then hinge the back all the way up. You see those little yellow hinges in there? We want them pointing up flush like that, so then we could collapse the back on and peg it in behind the bird head, and then leave the tail up just a little bit like this. Now what this does is it gives us a cavity that we can actually peg the arms or the fists into. So collapse the fists at the wrists and then just kind of sandwich them in there like this. Yeah, it's not pretty, but this is what you got to do. And then make sure that the arms are perfectly straight. Come to the shoulder pads and fold them down. Now that we have the arms taken care of, grab the hips and turn them around 180 degrees. And then flip the legs out and up, and there are little peg holes right in the inside of the thighs. And they will peg into these little struts that are sticking off the inside of the legs. Oh, but before we do that, we then turn the lower legs around 180 degrees and bend them down. And then those will peg in nice and easy. Then we can fold them down like this, and then collapse the shins, and we're done. And in the beast mode, I will fully acknowledge that it very much looks like a robot is squatting that has the outside of a bird. It actually reminds me more of things from Animorphs than it does Transformers, which technically Animorphs were Transformers back in the toy days. Oops, got a little problem right here. Come on, you, open up. There we go. The bird mode has grown on me, though. I actually like it quite a bit. With spinning the hips around, you do get the peg hole now on the bottom of the bird. You can also use the screw hole that's just underneath the bird head as a point of mount, or as a mount point, or you can use the openings on either side. I realize that I have the feet turned around backwards. That's an oops on my part. But the wings are fully posable, mostly. The head is posable, and as a bird mode, it works pretty well. I'm not sure what better things they could have done for a deluxe class figure than what we've gotten. For poseability, the bird head is on a swivel, and then there's a hinge. There's a nasty screw hole on the side, on the right side. The bird mouth does open, though it is very difficult to get that to open. You got to use a lot of force to open that beak up. Wings are fully posable on multiple hinges, and then a swivel here for the wing to fold out, so you can get a decent looking bird. Yeah, even in bird mode, it does look a bit weird and wonky, especially with, robot kibble sticking off the back, but I can't argue with posing it such that the bird looks like it's flying by. It works really well. And when you bank it and kind of lean it so that the least amount of robot kibble is showing up, it works. I mean, it really, really works. When I first got Airazor out of the box, I had a lot of misgivings. I did not like the figure to start, but the figure grew on me the more and more I fiddled with it. And overall, it's a solid dang figure. And I'm really happy that we got it. It's just one of those figures that we've never really gotten a good figure of. Yes, there was the original Beast Wars figure. Yes, there was the Trans Metal figure and its many repaints. But this is the first deluxe class Airazor that's solidly good. Now, in terms of height, we've got to compare it to a couple of other figures. Voyager class Dinobot, Leader class Megatron in Barney mode, Voyager class Optimus Primal, Core class Rat Trap, Fellow Deluxe class Cheetor, and a cat.
I'm sorry, Kitty. Did that scare you? I did not mean to scare you. Would you like to play with the giant robots? Would you like to play with the Beast Wars? Huh? Would you like to be with Beast Wars? Oh, no. Oh, no, no. Not the microphone. No!
At the end of the day, Deluxe Class Airazor is a ton of fun. Are they perfect? Not really, but I'm actually really happy with the figure. Also, do me a favor, go over on Twitter and follow my good buddy Grimlockamus at the Chrome Tyranno. He has done an absolutely beautiful repaint of this toy into two different figures. One, a more photo, or I should say show-accurate Airazor, and two, a repaint of Airazor into Slipstream. So yeah, they're pretty good. And this figure is also pretty good. So folks, let me know what you think of the figure down in those comments. Please be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. And we finally figured out what is going on with the notification bell. If you click the notification bell and it doesn't work, unsubscribe to from my channel and then resubscribe and the notification bell will work. I don't know why. Dang YouTube. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I've been Baltmatrix, and I'll catch you next time.